So today it's Pide, P-I-D-E. This is a Turkish flatbread that's made in the shape of a boat, okay? And similar to pizza. So actually I'm going to be using my pizza dough recipe from episode 170, and 1/4 of that recipe is for each one. So what I've done initially is made the pizza dough in pretty much of a circle. And we're going to do breakfast pita, by the way, today. So what I'm doing now is I want to make the boat. So I'm rolling up the side on two sides like this. I'm kind of rolling it up to create the sides of the boat. Okay, and then once I got that done, then I pinch the bottom to make the stern and the bow, and that finishes my little enclosure here. All right, so for the ingredients I've got here, I've got this dough that I just made, right? And the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to brush it with melted butter, just like this. Okay, I'll just do this one here, I'll brush it with butter, and then I'm going to brush the other one with butter. This one, and we're going to stretch this one out a bit more, like this. There it goes. Sometimes the dough wants to go back in. All right, now, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some egg, okay? So, but after, wouldn't want to forget the wonderful everything bagel seasoning. So we're having everything bagel breakfast pita. Now I'm going to take the egg. Now I got 4 eggs. I'm only going to start, I'm going to use only the white initially. And you'll see what I did here is I kind of took the egg whites out and I kind of whipped them up a bit. And I'm just going to put as much as this will hold. Usually you end up with too much white with your 4 eggs, and if you put it all in, it overruns the side of the little boat that you made. All right, so I'm going to put some white in here. Looks like I'm going to use maybe about half of it, that looks like, for these 2, and we'll just put that in like that. And if the sides start to collapse in on you, just kind of grab them, roll them up, pinch them up a little bit more. All right, now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make little wells here, and the wells are going to be for the yolks. And so what I've got here, I'm pressing down into this. I made 4 little discs. I happen to have pie weights, and I used some pie weights and stuck them in aluminum foil. You can stick anything you want, but I want to make these little wells here. And that's going to be for the yolks later. I need to cook the yolks later, because otherwise they're going to cook too much, and I'm just going to get hard yolks. So did that. Now I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on top here. Slick that in between my little discs. This is Parmesan cheese that I'm putting on it. Slip it in like that. And we're going to put some crumbled bacon. Just stick as much as we can in there. I'm keeping the area where I'm going to put the yolks, I'm keeping that, clear of everything else, so that I get that nice little well. We'll put some bacon around the outside. Okay, I got some thyme leaves. Throw in a little thyme. There's always time for thyme. All right, let me get the last of these out. Don't need too many. Just put in a few, sprinkle them around, just like that. Salt, a little bit of salt, not too much. And a few grinds of pepper. I think that's everything, don't you? So we've got this on here, and now I had a bunch of cornmeal on the bottom. That's going to make these easy to slide. I'm going to go stick them in this oven. The oven's set at 550 degrees. That's as a maximum, whatever your maximum temperature is, that's what you want to use. And you want to preheat the oven with a pizza stone in it for at least an hour. So I'm going to stick this in to do the initial cook. And that's probably in this oven going to take about 8 minutes or so. And then we're going to come back and finish it off. All right, so like phase 1 of the cook is done. I have these little discs, and I'm gonna yank them out, and you see what I got? What do I have there?
Holes.
Little holes, little wells. Okay, so I got that. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4 little holes in there. And what I've got, what do I have?
Yolks.
I got 4 yolks. So I'm just gonna put 1 in each one of these little holes, which will kind of keep it stable, so it doesn't decide to go off the edge of the thing.
And how do we know that?
Because, I did it once and it really ran off. Okay, so I'm gonna put these all in here. They're beautiful. And like I said, I didn't wanna, if I put them in at the beginning, they'd be like hard boiled. That was the other thing, right? You learn. And I have a little extra bacon, so what the heck, right? So I have a little extra bacon. You can eat the rest of this if you want. All right, so now this is gonna go back in just for a couple of minutes to just to cook the eggs a little bit like you would have if you had a fried egg, right? A little bit of yolk cooking, and then we'll be back and we will get a chance to eat them. All right, we are back, and here they are. They look pretty nice, huh? Just started, the yolk was just starting to cook a little bit, so that's how I knew that they were warm all the way through. And now we're gonna give one to Donna, so she can give it a little taste while I get this out of the way.
All right, I'm gonna test your yolk.
Test my yolk.
Ooh, perfect.
So the yolk makes a nice little sauce on it thing.
Yeah.
It's just gonna lay over everything like that. Like I said, we have all the ingredients in there. Maybe like a little more. Now, once you break the yolk, maybe you want a little more salt and pepper, right? Just like that, just to get the yolk done a little
Seasoned.
bit. Season the yolk a little bit, and now you get to taste your pide,
Which is hot.
Oh yeah. Are you getting it all? Are you getting the cheese? Are you getting the bacon? Okay.
I'm getting this nice, like yeasty bread here.
Yep.
And bacon. And of course this yolk, that's silky yolk. And a little bit of cheese.
Yeah, I don't want to kill it.
Yeah, and
that's pretty much it, folks.
yeah, it's a great breakfast. And I think everything bagel seasoning kind of can go on just about everything.
Yeah, that's of course the underlying thing. This is basically an everything bagel pita with stuff on it. Anyway, folks, that is my breakfast pita, P-I-D-E, Turkish flatbread. And we're going to eat these, and we're going to see you next time.